today's show.
We debate the biggest all-NBA snubs and whether the Hornets should offer Kemba the Supermax.
Inspired by the Scripps National Spelling Bee, we conduct our own NBA-themed spelling challenge.
And Drake's on his worst behavior in a brand new edition of the Meme Team.
It's Thursday, May 23rd. The starter starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to The Starters, presented by Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 and Tennessee Honey. I'm J.E. Skeets, alongside me as always, Tass Mellis, and over yonder, that's the bearded one, that's Trey Kirby. Hey-o! Trey, what's up?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at hashtag the starters, and there were no NBA games on last night, so Skeets and I hit the gym for our weekly pickup run, and that's where we saw something that I thought was only a rumor. A man playing basketball while wearing AirPods. That's Martell. He actually played pretty well. He said he was listening to a little bit of jazz, and his AirPods never fell out. This is the future, and it brings us to today's question. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen at a pickup run? For instance, earlier today, one of our fans, PH Scripts, sent in this video of somebody playing one-on-one basketball in the gym with no shoes on. It's a little bit more grip than Gerald Green dunking in socks, but still pretty weird. Nonetheless, we want to hear from you, so let us know on Twitter what's the craziest thing you've seen at a pickup run. Send them to us at hashtag the starters. We'll hear from you later.
All right, get your tweets in. As you can see, we're missing the Aussie again tonight. His little one, Oscar, still not feeling well, so we're sending our best to Oscar. Lily will be back as soon as we can get him back. But we got a lot to get to. We got an NBA-themed spelling bee. We got a meme team. But let's start by looking at those all-NBA teams that were announced today. Here's a look at the all-NBA first team. It's Giannis, Harden, Curry, Paul George, and Jokic. All-NBA second team. It's Embiid, Durant, Lillard, Kawhi, and Kyrie. And All-NBA third team, Westbrook, Blake Griffin, LeBron James, yes, there he is, Rudy Gobert, and Kemba Walker. But why not have a little fun with this? We thought, let's play Check the Polls. My man TK, take it away.
Only 15 players make All-NBA teams, so we got a whole bunch of snubs. Marcus Aldridge was first out among forwards, and he even got a couple second-team votes. Bradley Beal and Klay Thompson were first and second out among guards, meaning they miss out on Supermax eligibility, which is also the case for Karl Anthony Towns, who was first out among centers. We asked the fans, who's the biggest All-NBA snub? And guys, fans say Klay Thompson with 44% of the vote. I voted for him as well.
Yeah, what do you think? Think that's right?
Klay Thompson could definitely get in there. I assume people would put him in over Kemba Walker on the third team. You would assume. I think you got five.
Possibly Russell Westbrook too.
Really?
Who you could argue is getting in here on past reputation, the triple doubles, but not an efficient year for Russell Westbrook, and he didn't even play all that well when Paul George was out. So yeah, I think you'd be replacing one of these guards.
In terms of shooting, his shooting numbers, because
by far his worst year.
Yeah, but otherwise he just doesn't get on because of everything he does. I would have him on my third team. Klay, I understand, plays both sides of the ball, and you can squeeze him in there. It's like what we talked about yesterday with Klay Thompson. He gets overlooked on the Warriors, offensively and defensively. He adds to both sides of the ball. Klay could get there. I think that Karl Anthony Towns could get there over Rudy Gobert as well. Klay Thompson has had his shots at the All-NBA team. He deserves to be there. But Karl Anthony Towns over Rudy Gobert, for me, is there because when you got a guy who's the top 15 player in the league, he's got to be able to get a bucket whenever he wants. And I understand, I'm probably a little bit jaded from the postseason when Rudy Gobert only scored 11 points per game.
Right.
And this is obviously a regular season award, and he had 16 points per game and shot 67%. But you got to be able, in this day and age, when centers can score, this isn't the 80s, this isn't the 90s, to be able to get a bucket. If you're a top 15 player in the NBA, Karl Anthony Towns probably gives up as many buckets on the other end that Rudy Gobert doesn't get on the other end. But 24 and 12, I'd probably squeeze him in there. Rudy Gobert also deserving. I don't think it's very egregious. Anything is really wrong with these three teams. And Kemba, I guess, to me was the guy that you might leave off. He had a great year. Those percentages aren't amazing. Yeah. He didn't get his team to the playoffs, so that's why you could probably squeeze Klay in over him.
Yeah, that's why I'm voting in this poll, I am picking Klay, because I would love to see Klay in a situation like Kemba Walker on a team like the Hornets. You can't tell me that Klay Thompson wouldn't give you 25 to 30 points per game if he was the number one guy on the team. And I know his game is taken to a next level because of Curry and Durant. I get all that. but I know he could be the star player on a team that does not even make the playoffs in the East and could put up monster numbers. And oh yeah, he's also asked to generally take on the best defender, or excuse me, defend the best wing player or guard night in and night out. That's why it has to sort of be Klay, but he's hurt because he's on a team with an all-NBA sort of type of guy in Draymond and then your two superstars in KD Durant. That's it. That's really all it comes down to. But, you know, he wasn't happy. They told him about this today. And he says, I respect those guys, but holy, you go to 5 straight finals. Takes more than just a couple all-NBA guys to do that. He's got a point, I think. Do I think that there's many guards better than me in the league? No. Classic Klay response, and I have to say I agree with him.
Yeah, his numbers would be pretty similar to Kemba's, I assume.
Yeah.
He scored less, but his efficiency would come down a bit if he was a number 1 guy.
That's fair. That's fair. Trey, next one.
For the first time since 2007, LeBron James is not on the All-NBA first team, but after an injury-plagued 55-game season that saw his team miss the playoffs for the first time since 2006, LeBron did end up on the third team. So we asked the fans, which All-NBA team did LeBron deserve to make first, second, third, or none of them? And guys,
wow,
41% of our fans think LeBron should have been left off of all the teams. That sounds crazy to me.
And so the reason being,
55 games.
He played 55 games and his team doesn't make the playoffs. I think that's what people that are voting with the 41% are probably looking at, right? And maybe thinking other guys are a little more deserving. But what's your take on that? You buy that? Or do you like to see at the end of the year as sort of a snapshot of that season, oh yeah, LeBron, despite only playing 55 games, is still one of the best players in the world. I think we all think that.
We do. Right. One of the 6 best forwards in the world. Yes, he gets knocked for playing 55 games. And his team didn't make the postseason.
Yeah.
A lot of that is because he wasn't there for 27 games,
right.
And they play in the Western Conference. I just can't ignore the 27, 8, and 8, and I'm rounding down when I use those numbers. They're great numbers still in those 55 games. Yes, it's a bit of a legacy All-NBA vote that he's here in year 16, that he continuously makes the All-NBA team because he's one of the top 2 players in the NBA.
So where would you have had him?
On the third team.
So you think that's sort of correct, ultimately, where the media got him in the end?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I do too. And he got no first-team votes, which, you know, again, this is LeBron. It's almost surprising to some extent that not one media member out there put him on there, and I think that's right. And then he shared second-place votes, second-team votes, with Blake Griffin. And I also think that's sort of correct. So I think they got him in the right spot here. It's still weird to leave a guy like that off. I guess you could sort of argue similar to a Russell Westbrook, just guys that you just know in your heart of hearts, yeah, they are one of the better, most impactful players in the league. Maybe they didn't have the greatest season because of efficiency or missed games or their team's not succeeding all that much, but they're still in there. I would have them on the third team, and I think they got it right with that.
I agree.
Trey, our final one.
Kemba Walker made third-team All-NBA this season, and that means he's eligible for a Supermax contract that would allow the Hornets to pay him $80 million more and for a year longer than any other team. However, signing Kemba to the Supermax would put the Hornets into the luxury tax for the first time since Michael Jordan bought the team. So we asked the fans if the Hornets should sign Kemba to a Supermax, and guys, 61% of fans say no. The Hornets should not sign Kemba to a Supermax. A lot of Dwayne Bacon fans out there.
Yeah, that's the thing. What are the Hornets after Kemba Walker? He is by far and away their best asset. So is the alternative letting him walk? You can't do that if you're operating a basketball team or you're operating a business, because he is what you have at the top of your food chain, and you can sign him and then maybe later on you trade him, but you can't just let him go for nothing. If you're going to get something back for him in year 1, year 2, year 3, sure. But I don't think, number one, you do that to the fan base, and I don't think you do that to your bottom line, because it's, and I mean bottom line as in your talent level.
Right.
Yes, you're paying a lot of money out, but you need talent to go get some talent afterwards, even if you trade him.
So you think the Hornets offer it? Will Kemba even want to accept it? I know it's a ton of money. I mean, on the average, he'd be making close to $40 million a year, and he's 29 years old. He's not a young chicken here. But man, I don't know if he wants to win. You just said all the reasons why it's him, and then what else? Is he going to be happy, despite being paid a ton of money, just to be the 8th to maybe the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference every year? Because that's all you can sort of right now in the immediate future sort of picture with this team.
Sure.
Maybe he wants to go somewhere else for less money. He'd be taking a lot less money.
But if, he'd be giving up $80 million.
Absolutely.
By leaving. He's getting a $30 million raise, but he'd be getting $80 million less if he went somewhere else. But if you're the owner, you say, hey, let's knock it down. Can we make it a kind of good max?
And we will see. We will see. Thanks for voting, guys. When we come back, it's the triumphant return of the starters spelling bee. Don't go anywhere.
The Starters is presented by Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 and Tennessee Honey.
The Scripps National Spelling Bee starts this Sunday, so we figured today was the perfect time to bring back the starter spelling bee. As the defending champ from way back in 2016, I will be today's host, but let's meet our contestants. Our first contestant is Tass Mellis from West Acres Public School in Mississauga, Ontario. Greek was Tass's first language, but he says he can spell in English. Let's find out today. Our second contestant is Trey Kirby from P.H. Miller Elementary in Plano, Illinois. Trey's favorite baseball player is Chipper Jones. And that's all we know about him. And finally, filling in for Lee Ellis, we have Rick Blackburn from Delaney Park Elementary in Orlando, Florida. Little Ricky hopes one day to become an award-winning cameraman or the mayor of a pool. Let's check out the rules for today's Spelling Bee contest. Pretty simple, guys. 3 rounds of spelling with a tiebreaker if necessary. You get 1 point per correctly spelled name. Once you say a letter, you can't take it back. Gotta be careful, guys. And finally, most importantly, spell safe and spell hard. Let's get this started. Tass, you are first to the mic. And your name that you will be spelling is Sindarius Thornwell.
Sindarius Thornwell. Sindarius Thornwell.
That's correct. Sindarius Thornwell. Great start here to the starter spelling bee. Trey Kirby, please take the mic. Trey, your name is Frank Nilakina.
Can you repeat the name, please?
Frank Nilakina.
Frank Nilakina.
Correct.
FrankNilakina. Frank Nilakina.
That's incorrect. And the mic dropped. It was a double whammy.
Not a great mic drop moment.
Ntilikina. Yes, not an easy one, not an easy one. Rick, please, let's get some help here for the mic.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos. C-A-R-L, I don't know the rest of it. All right, Rick, your name. George Hill.
I know this one.
George Hill.
Georghill.
That's correct. Good job, Rick.
Thank you.
Good job. He's
You
pretty
don't have to
pumped
clap
up.
for yourself.
Oh,
All right.
y'all aren't gonna
All right, we got
me.
2 correct in the first round. Tass, you're back up. Second round. Tass, your name is Ryan Archidiacono. Ryan Archidiacono.
Oh man. Is this a weird Ryan? Is this a weird Ryan? I've always asked myself, is this a weird Ryan? I'm gonna go regular Ryan. R-Y-A-N. Nice. A-R-C I-D I-A-C-O-N-O.
Wow. Very impressive. Very impressive. All right, Trey, you're back up. This is your, make sure that mic's fine. We're good. All right. Trey, your name is Isaiah Hartenstein.
Isaiah Hartenstein. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Isaiah Hartenstein plays for the Rockets.
Can you use it in a different sentence?
Isaiah Hartenstein plays basketball.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
That is correct. Well done. Well done.
Okay.
Rick, going for your second correct answer in a row.
All right.
Rick, your name is Vince Carter. Vince Carter. Don't overthink it, man.
Wait. Can you use it in a sentence?
Vince Carter is considered one of the greatest dunkers of all time.
Can I phone a friend?
No, wrong show.
All right, I've got this.
You don't have any friends.
Wait. You're exactly right. I'm not in here anyway.
Vince Carter, Rick.
VINCECARLER. A T-E-R.
Weird way to say that T, but yes, that's correct. A T. That's correct. You got it. Yeah, you clap for yourself. Very good. Very good. All right. That's great. That's
Just went
great.
over the crowd.
Right now, we have Tass and Rick with the perfect scores. Tass, your final name here in round 3, Jamario Jones.
Who is that?
He's a small forward for the Lakers, played 6 games. Thought you were an NBA fan. Jamario Jones.
Guess not.
He started in 2 games.
Is it spelled the same way as Jamario Moon?
No, I'll give you that hint.
Nice. Jamario Jones.
Sure.
What were you thinking, Dad, Mom? Jamario? J-A.
Nope.
No?
J-E-M-E-R-R-I-O. Yeah, weird one. And then
Sit
Jones.
down.
All right,
Tough one.
so the door is open here
love
for
it.
Trey and Rick.
Boy.
All right, Trey. Your name is Janin Musu. Janin Musu.
Janin Musu?
Yes.
Not Janin Musa.
Could be, but
Okay.
sure.
D-Z-A-N-A-N-M-U-S-A.
That's correct. Very impressive. Very impressive. Tass and Trey are tied with 2 correct answers. Rick, you can win it all here. You can win this trophy.
Oh, the top's coming down on the car tonight.
All right. Okay. Your name, Rick. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Why?
Giannis.
All right, let's just go
Antetokounmpo.
for it.
All right.
Antetokounmpo?
Well, at first, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
First name. Go
Okay.
first name first.
Giannis. Why?
Okay, incorrect. Okay, we got everybody to the mic. We have a 3-way tie. Everybody to the mic. This is how it's gonna work, guys. I'm gonna give you a name. You're gonna take turns spelling the name letter by letter. Whoever screws up is out. So we'll go last man standing here. We got a new wrinkle though for this name. We're gonna be spelling this name backwards. Backwards.
I got this one.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna start with Tass, move our way down
All right,
towards
yeah.
me. Your name is, to spell backwards, Donatas Motiejunas.
S.
Correct.
A.
Correct.
Q.
Okay, you're out. Rick, you're out. Good try though. All right, so let's pick it up. S-A.
N.
Correct.
U.
Correct.
E.
I'm sorry. Trey, can you?
J.
Jay is correct. Trey Kirby
go,
in a
Kirby.
tiebreaker.
The cup from behind.
Malfunction and everything is our winner. Let's give it. Very nice. Very nice, Trey Kirby. What a comeback win.
Feels good. Feels good. Misspelled monstrosity in 7th grade. This one's for you, Mrs. Searle.
Yeah. How do you spell that?
S-E-A-R-L.
When we come back, Drake's got everybody fired up in a brand new edition
Yep.
of the Meme Team. Don't go anywhere. Every week we scour the internet to bring you the Meme Team, our favorite weird and wacky moments from the NBA universe.
At number 5, Kevin Durant was injured in the second round of the playoffs and has been out since. And since it's rumored he'll be heading to a new team this summer, The Onion wrote an article with the headline, "Employee using up sick days before leaving company."
That's just smart. At number 4, Game of Thrones ended this past week, so we can finally say goodbye to all that NBA GOT material like Brandon Hodor at a game, the Raptor as Jon Snow, and more recently, Steph and the Warriors just ignoring the bells in Portland. Come on, they're ringing the bells, lay off them. Oh, the Dragon Draymond taking everybody out, poor Damian. Run, guys, run. Get out of there. Oh, goodness, the carnage.
I mean, they got flamethrowers.
But nothing is really official until we get the NBA Jam treatment.
Tonight's matchup, the forces of the living take on the White Walkers. She's heating up. She's on fire from downtown Winterfell. It's Boom Shakalaka with the facial. Kaboom! Arya from downtown. Rejected. Arya with the dagger. The nail in the coffin. Boom Shakalaka. Now that's how you shatter a backboard.
At number 3, Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Raptors' Fred VanVleet gets it in the corner. Bucks' Pat Connaughton, rises up to block the shot. Friend of the show, Frank Madden, So he wrote, someone needs to Photoshop a skateboard on Connaughton. David Payeer replied with this Photoshop with that height. What about a hoverboard? Boom! Pat to the future was born.
Really well done. At number 2, Drake had everybody in their feelings this past week while geeking out courtside during games 3 and 4 of the East Finals. Talking some trash there to Giannis. We're just making a scene, waving goodbye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
Get out of
In the
here.
game, goodbye, goodbye. He continued throughout the East Finals into game 4. Took it up a notch. He was pumped when Giannis airballed, missed again at the line.
I love this move here.
Woo! And then a little later on, things were getting a little tense. Gave Coach Nurse the massage during the game.
That's why he's the ambassador.
Guess so.
At number 1, Snapchat's baby filter is everywhere. As you can see, Giannis, Steph, Kawhi, and Joel Embiid. What? Joel Embiid?
Oh,
he's
wow.
crying. Mean. That is mean. The baby Bulls. Wendell Carter, Otto Porter, Larry Markkinen, Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine's creeping me out a little
And
bit.
they even got head coach Jim Boylan.
This is basketball. This is about honoring the game and doing the right things.
Oh, that's great stuff. Baby Shaq, though, is probably the best
This
one
is
of
the
all.
best by far. Stephen A is good. This is even better.
Baby Kawhi doing the laugh, also great.
Well done.
He's a fun little guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a fun little guy indeed. That is the meme team. We gotta take a break. When we come back, we'll get you all ready for a pivotal game 5 tonight. Don't go anywhere. There he is, Giannis. Spelled Giannis.
No, it's a Y.
Not with a Y. Yeah, getting ready for Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. This one all tied up at 2 games apiece. Pivotal Game 5. Yeah, let's call it pivotal. When a series is tied 2-2, the Game 5 winner goes on to win the series 82.1% of the time. Quick predictions. Who do you like in tonight's game?
I think the Bucks, if they stop sitting around watching Giannis on the offensive end, we're going to see a little bit more movement, a little bit more pick and roll action. That doesn't include Giannis. So I think they get back into their flow a little bit.
Trey, what do you got?
Bucks haven't lost 3 games in a row all season. It's not starting tonight. I'll take the Bucks. No
We know we're getting a close game because we had a close game, then a blowout, then a close game, then a blowout. The trend is we're getting a close game.
Let's hope so.
And I'm going to say the Raptors sneak it out. I think it's going to be a close one, though. All right. We asked you earlier in the show, what's the craziest thing you've seen at a pickup game? Was it a guy wearing AirPods playing hoops with us last night? What do you got, Trey?
Some good answers. Kerry says, I once played a white guy in full Horace Grant Bulls wear, shorts, jersey, and rec specs. You got to come with the specs if you're going as Horace Grant. Jeff says, a guy went to his car to get a machete to complain about a foul call.
Okay.
Ended the
Wow.
run for everyone.
Okay.
I'll say, I also like this. Craziest thing I've seen in a pickup game, an old guy at a rec center playing in rubber cleaning gloves. Not going to lie, he once scored 12 points off
What?
before on 4 games of 15. The gloves.
Germaphobe.
Jobber says, I once saw a guy who came to the playground to ref, showed up unsolicited with a whistle, and everyone started respecting his calls. Somebody do this, and of course, the classic pickup story. Last time I hooped in Moore Gym, I was guarding a dude with no socks, and he did a spin move, and a smash McDouble fell out of his pocket. Good time.
Incredible. All right, that's it for us tonight. Drop podcast tomorrow. Enjoy the game tonight.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, TREYISTHECHAMPEEN.
Embrace the night, people.